Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn how to compute the present value of compound interest problems. So the future value is given here, 4320, and the term duration is given in the combination of years and month. You know that the time must be a number of years when we do the calculation, so the 8 month needs to be converted to number of years. So in order to convert number of month, number of years, you know that we can just simply divide the given number of month by 12. So this is our time. You don't have to calculate this portion. We leave it to Excel to do that for us. The interest rate, this is your nominal interest rate, J, 3.45%. And the interest is compounded semi-annually. It means every 6 months. That makes it twice per year. So M is 2. Now let's enter these numbers into the sheet. FV is 4320. J is 3.45%. M is semi-annually, M2. And time, because it involves, so time is a sum of 5 and 8, 12. So because it's involved function, right, like operation plus, you're going to use the equal sign here, okay? We didn't have to for the previous one, but for t, because it involves calculation, we put the equal sign. 5 plus 8 over 12. And then you press enter, and it can Excel converts it to decimal. All right. So if you wanted to use formula, it'd be present value be equal to future value divided by 1 plus I to the power of n, or if you want to use the negative exponent, it'd be PV equals to FV times 1 plus I to the power of negative n. So I is the periodic interest rate, which is not directly given, and n is the number of compounding periods during the whole term. So we need to calculate the periodic interest rate, which is the nominal interest rate divided by the number of compounding periods per year, and total number of compounding periods in the term is the number of compounding periods in 1 year multiplied by the number of years in the term. So here I equals to, again, because it involves operation, division, right? We use equal sign when you input the numbers. So J is sitting in cell B9. So either you type in B9, or you can just go and select it using a mouse. Use a slash for division, and it's divided by M. M is here, and there you go. You press enter, and it gives you the periodic interest rate. We do the same thing for the number of compounding periods. Again, it involves operation multiplication, so we use the equal sign. M is here. We click on this. We use the multiplication operator, and we multiply n by t, which is in B11. Again, you press enter, and that's done. Finally, in order to calculate present value, again, present value function is a built-in function in Excel. Every time you want to use a built-in function, you're going to use equal sign. Equal, and then you type in PV. And that's the function we're going to be using. Click on this, and we need to input rate, N, PMT, FV, and type. I'm going to explain what these are. So rate is the periodic interest rate, not J. So it'd be this guy here. Now you put comma to move to the next input variable. So that's n, that's the total number of compounding periods in the term, which is calculated to be 11 point repeating 3. Then you put comma here. That's PMT. PMT is a periodic payment. This is a series of periodic payment, which is not the case for compound interest. Okay, so we're going to be using PMT for annuities, which will be covered in the different videos. Okay, so PMT here is 0 because there is no periodic payment. This is just a single deposit, present value and future value. So you plug in 0. Future value here is 4320. And the type, you don't have to worry about the type. Type again is relevant for annuities. It basically tells Excel if it's annuity due or ordinary annuity. Okay. It's not relevant for compound interest. So don't worry about that. And once everything in, you press enter, and then you get 3,558.80 cents. The reason that it is in red and it's in round bracket because Excel follows the sign convention. If money is cash, if future value is cash inflow, present value will be given in terms of cash outflow and other way around. Because future value is positive here, it was enter positive, then the PV was calculated in negative. Okay. If it's confused, the sign is confusing, just work with the absolute value of these two numbers. So you can use this sheet for any other compound interest problems involving finding present value. So all you need to do is to input the given values for that particular problem, and I, N, and PV will be calculated automatically in Excel. So once again, PV, the input variables for PV function, are periodic interest rate, not nominal interest rate, total number of compounding periods in the term, not M. Then we have PMT, which is 0 for compound interest, and then here comes future value. Okay, and don't worry about the type. Again, here this is 0 because PMT is 0 for compound interest.